Hi, it's Player BN.
Hey everyone, welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. Alright, so we are now in a, handmade treehouse tower thingy. And I think this is Milton's place. Just a recap for you all for what happened last episode. So Sam here, we found out Sam's story. He got thrown off a cliff by a buck and died. And Gregory, his story was super sad. I guess his mom was distracted and he was kind of left in the bathtub. And yeah, very unfortunate events. So that's Gregory's story, and I think now we're at Milton's. I could be wrong, but let's go see. Climb, Edith, climb. Also, wait, is she climbing or she's pulling up? Okay. Oh, got it. She's like pulling up the entire platform. That's actually pretty cool. Wait, just this one. Sorry, the little mini one. Okay, let's check out Milton's story.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Ha! Inception. Also loving the music. It's really nice. Oh, that was it?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Alright. That was shorter than I thought. Whoa, are we gonna head up over there? Milton. Nice bamboo painting here. Jeez, such a cool dome. I would just like lay here all night. Alright, guess time to go back.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Alright, I guess it's time for us to head out of here.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Jeez, imagine being able to see this view every day. Also, was I mistaken? Did we actually... Yeah, we actually climbed. Or did we?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Okay, so we haven't been up here yet.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
It's a pretty, trippy room. What's that? That's 22 years old? Alright, guess we're going upstairs there. Are we able to go into this boat area? Like the chairs there.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
You know, I'm gonna say this would be a super cool room. Except, like, where's the bathroom? Like, where does he go? Does he have to, like, go back into the house to use the bathroom? Because that would kind of suck. Or maybe, you know, just inconvenient. Nice. Play some video games. Oh, what's going on here?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Is this supposed to be like a SNES or something? Lewis Finch. The Red King's Dream. Nice, ergonomic.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Sorry, the squishy sounds are just funny.
His mind began to...
Am I supposed to... Can I... What? I can't even tell what that is in there. I'm not sticking my hand in this, am I? Hello?
Wanda.
Oh! It's a person! I literally could not tell what that was. Okay. Alright, so I'm guessing you got a little bit
asked him to
distracted.
describe it.
This is actually a pretty cool way to demonstrate, I guess, distraction while working.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Whoa. You know, I am not excited to see how Lewis dies here.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, nice.
But he took it very seriously.
I mean, if this is what you're doing all day, like, I don't know, I kind of daydream a little bit too.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Whoa. Pretty darn cool.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
I mean, who wouldn't want a cute little dog as your new friend? And also, I have never done, like, beheading a fish and playing a platformer here at the same time.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
I want a drummer that follows me around.
Then he made musicians.
So, I'm guessing the farther we go through his daydreams, the more of this entire area is gonna be covered, and then I don't know, he gets his hand cut off or something.
And songs for them to play.
Something undesirable.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
This
Then
is a
one day
very
it
long
struck him
letter.
That all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor,
Being the only candidate.
and he won.
Nice.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Whoa, okay. More of the area's getting covered here. Louistopia. Goodbye, Louistopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
Nice. Whoa there.
We started drifting away from our reality.
Alright, we're banking hard. Okay, we definitely crashed.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Oh, jeez. He's like not even in his own reality anymore. Can't they just like turn off the machines? Like, Lewis, you're
Lewis-
done here.
He heard rumors of a
Beautiful prince, handsome queen. Let's do handsome queen.
handsome queen.
Nice. This music is
The
awesome.
queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents, of course.
sinister serpents.
Whoa.
He followed the sound of her.
Was I supposed to crash into these? Alright, well apparently I didn't make that. I'll just let the serpent go in peace. He followed the sound of her silver harp. Oh yeah.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh man. The whole entire area is just gone now. Wait, come back,
He
handsome
knew the world was all in his
queen.
imagination.
It's a pretty cool place. Oh, actually, what does he look like?
But
Okay.
he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Hey, citizens.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
This is actually a kind of sad story here.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
I guess I'm playing Lewis now. Yeah, when this scene first started and I saw the bloody hand, I was like, oh geez, and then I realized it was just fish. But still, that doesn't make things any, I guess, doesn't make anything better, especially with this pool of blood in front of me. This must be my locker. Got my Game Boy player in there. Psychedelic poster. Some takeout menu. Okay, okay. Just guess I'm just gonna
Began to
leave
forget
this
the
open.
world we know.
Okay, why is just a pool of blood there?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Wow. Is this actually what these factories look like? Because, I did not know this is what these factories looked like. Oh my gosh, imagine the smell here. Well, I guess if they're like fresh fish, but still probably pretty strong.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oh, Lewis, how you doing, bud? Doing okay? I think, machine's not working anymore, bud. Lewis, buddy. It's getting late. Time to go home.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Hello, musician people and dancers. You dance better than me. I like this guy. He's like, hoo-hoo! Go,
Including the
Lewis!
wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Oh, hello. Goodbye, good people. Continue to dance even when I'm gone.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Sweet! This is
There was
really
only
cool.
one thing left to do.
Can I just look around for a second? Nice.
Bend down his head.
You know, I don't know if this looks like a really good place to go. You know, it kind of looks like a guillotine in a way. Lewis, but I don't think this is where you're supposed to go.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Again, that was a lot of writing for that letter.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So he like beheaded himself accidentally? Like, dang. Jeez Louise. Poor Lewis. Alright, let's get out of here.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Alright. Guess we're gonna keep climbing upwards.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Okay, is this her mom's place?
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
I'm gonna look out this window.
Maybe I should have come sooner.
Oh, let's see this place.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
So, what about Gus, Dawn, and Edie? Because I did not see them.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Guess, so we're playing Edith now.
the power
I
had been
would-
shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Why does she not put this candle up on this cabinet here? Because I would totally trip over that and then cause a fire.
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
May I come in?
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Am I playing as Edie now? Am I going the right way here? Oh snap! Are we gonna walk all the way
It
over?
was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Wow. Okay, I guess we're gonna walk all the way to the red light.
There'd
Wow,
been an
this-
earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
It's pretty cool.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Wow, it's actually kind of scary.
I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
No! Great Grandma
The next
Edie.
morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both
Nice.
tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Is she talking about
This journal was supposed to be for you,
her baby?
but now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wow. So I guess I missed a couple of rooms then. Which I thought it was pretty darn linear, but I guess I missed some passageways because I didn't get Edie, which is probably a pretty darn important story to get. So I might go back and try to get her story. So I was so distracted by the story and what was going on that I actually wasn't even paying attention to how long Edith survived for. Hold on, let me see if I can see if I can pull this up on Google real quick. So let's see here. She died on, let's see, so she was 17 when she died. Jeez. Okay, so I guess she gives birth to a son, which we just saw in the last scene, and she died when she was 17, so I'm guessing maybe she died during childbirth, and she gave her son that journal before she died. Wow. Okay, well, I guess maybe if we found out the other rooms, it would give us more clues about what happened to Edith in the end. Oh geez, Barbara French. I love that game. That was a really cool story. Also, just realized these are all the pictures of the creators of this game. That's pretty darn cool. Yeah, well, I have to say this game, so I know this is not going to be my last episode for this game because I kind of want to check out the other rooms that I missed, but overall, this was such a wonderful game. The music was so good, the atmosphere, the stories. I loved how each story was like in its own a new level or a mini game. I'm a little bit sad that I missed those rooms though. I didn't realize that I missed them. But all the stories were just so sad, and I guess some of the stories were pretty darn bizarre. Like Lewis, and I guess he like beheaded himself accidentally on one of the fish beheader tools, I guess. And what other kind of like bizarre deaths were there? Well, I guess one of the guys got hit by a train after coming out from a shelter. Barbara Finch like got kidnapped on Halloween and I guess never found again. And then they're just like the really sad deaths, like what was it? The grandfather got thrown off a cliff by a buck. So yeah, some of the stories were pretty sad, and some of them were just very bizarre. I guess that's what makes the story interesting and memorable. I'm gonna wait to see if there's anything at all that we can miss by seeing the ending here. There it is. Okay, so I missed Dawn. I missed Edie. Were those the only two I missed? Oh, and Gus. Wait. Or did I get Dawn? Cause cause Dawn is Edith's mom. Got it. And then we got Edie's story at the end. Then who was Gus? Huh. Hey everyone, so turns out you can actually just kind of hover over one of these chapters by just saying replay a story. So I'm just gonna go ahead and replay Gus's and see what we missed here. All right. So Gus's room. Oh my gosh, I completely missed him. Okay, so here was Gregory, and I just passed Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Sorry, little buddy.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Okay, this kid has excellent control of this kite.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Aww.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Jeez, Gus.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh, jeez. Pretty darn big
The rain
kite
came
there.
down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Wait, did like a tornado come through? Jeez.
I thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh no, he got lightning zapped. This effect is pretty cool though.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Jeez. He was what, 13?
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Dang. Guess that's it. Okay, well, I guess that's all the stories. Okay, everyone, well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next adventure. Until then, bye, everyone.